So at this time, I'd like to introduce our Executive Director from NOFA, Massachusetts, Jocelyn Langer.
Thanks, Jason. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'm Jocelyn Langer. I'm the Executive Director of NOFA Mass. And as many of you know, I took over from longtime director Julie Rawson about a year ago. And I just want to jump in here for 1 minute and take a moment to thank Jason, our wonderful conference coordinator, as well as our new NOFA Mass Education Director, Pixon, and also our entire conference team. We really have had an amazing team effort as usual. So thank you all for all the work you've done putting this conference together. In addition to our staff at NOFA Mass, this year's program includes significant organizing from members of the NOFA Interstate Council and NOFA leaders past and present, as you will see, as part of our 50th anniversary celebration. And in addition, this conference includes a lot of work from members of the Pocasset-Pokanoket Land Trust as part of their Indigenous Roots Forever track. So thank you to all these additional people beyond the NOFA Mass staff who have helped to make this possible. And I also just want to give a shout out to our interpreters from Access Co-op and Just Words Co-op, who will be providing interpretation into Spanish, or either from Spanish into English or from English into Spanish for about a dozen of our workshops. So thank you all for joining us. And before we get into all the wonderful programming, I also want to thank Laura Davis, our NOFA Mass president, and also our new co-president of the NOFA Interstate Council, for all her support all throughout the year. So I'm going to turn things over to Laura, and she will begin our annual meeting. Thank you, Laura.
This is going to be the quickest annual meeting that we have ever had in 50 years of NOFA history. So that's the good news. Welcome all to the 50th annual meeting of the Northeast Organic Farming Association. As you will hear soon, the Northeast Organic Farming Association was formed in the fall of 1971 in Vermont and New Hampshire. And we are a group of about 5,000 farmers, gardeners, organic consumers, food activists, organic land care professionals, and they all belong to 7 independent state chapters. Our vision is one of interconnected, healthy communities living in ecological balance, deeply rooted in a sense of place and grounded in organic care of the land. Our principles come from IFOAM, and they are the principles of health, ecology, fairness, and care. The Interstate Council, many of you have perhaps not heard of, but we are 7 NOFA state chapters that come together as a federation of organizations. We have 2 voting reps from each chapter and 1 alternate. We generally meet every couple of months, and we have a 2-day annual retreat in early spring. The work of the Interstate Council includes policy, we have 3 contract workers, policy coordinator, the natural farmer editor, and the webmaster, and they all coordinate with state chapters and the IC. As Jocelyn mentioned, I am a co-president with Bethany Wallace from NOFA New York. Al Johnson, who you're going to hear from momentarily, our treasurer for the Interstate Council, and Dina Brewster from CT NOFA is our secretary. So get involved if you're not already a member of one of the 7 state chapters. They all have wonderful programming and community that you can get involved with. This is the work, the conference is the work of the Interstate Council, although it's directed by NOFA Mass. The Natural Farmer also has a brand new editor that just issued her first June issue. Elizabeth Gabriel, welcome. Steve Gilman will be talking for a few moments about policy shortly. And the NOFA Interstate Council is really sharing best practices among chapters and learning from each other. One example is was a Interstate Council grant that you can see on our website that was supported by Farm Aid and Cliff Bar that was organizing for soil health, one that we're very proud of. And also the organic land care is managed by our CT NOFA, and our website is managed by David Pontius. So that's the work of the Interstate Council. And next, without further ado, I would like to introduce Steve Gilman, our NOFA Policy Coordinator.
Thank you, Laura. Hello, everybody. We're all in for a big treat with tonight's 50th anniversary celebration extravaganza. Thanks really to Al Johnson, who's been putting in untold hours, hundreds of miles, gathering materials and conducting interviews for the upcoming film presentation. And as a reminder, there's 2 more 50th anniversary sessions on the way. Tomorrow night, Saturday, from 7 to 8:30 on Zoom, will be a journey to our roots titled Thrilling Tales of Yesteryear, where I'll be the moderator for a panel of some of the dynamic originators who laid the groundwork for today's NOFA. And next Friday, August 6th, also at 7, will be the next 50 years of NOFA with a panel of older and newer farmers moderated by Elizabeth Henderson. But right now, as part of our requisite annual meeting, here's a very short Interstate Policy Committee report. As in past years, the policy agenda is topped by issues of organic integrity. While we're finally seeing some positive movement with the National Organic Program's reinstatement of the Organic Livestock and Poultry Practices Rule, and their reopening of the Origin of Livestock Rule for dairy production, there's been no budging on their unilateral allowance of hydroponic production for fruit and vegetables, placing bona fide soil farmers at a substantial economic disadvantage. NOFA continues to work closely with our policy alliances, comprising hundreds of organic and sustainable agriculture groups around the country, including the National Organic Coalition, the Organic Farmers Association, the National Sustainable Agriculture Coalition, the National Family Farm Coalition, the Agricultural Justice Project, the International Federation of Organic Movements, along with IFOAM North America, and the HEAL Alliance. A primary concern for all these groups is organizing a genuine agricultural policy solution to meet the climate crisis. As a reminder, this conference is also presenting a number of policy-oriented workshops. The Organic Solution to Climate Change, presented by NOFA Vermont's Maddie Kempner and me, will be given this Sunday afternoon from 2 to 3:30. Elizabeth Henderson, Salio Aderujo, and Christina Grandi will be giving a workshop on Big Food's attempts to co-opt the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals on Saturday, tomorrow, from 4 to 5:30. And on Sunday, from 9 to 10:30, Roger Noonan and Suzanne Snow Cobb will present an update on food safety rules for small producers and co-ops. I also want to give a big thank you for your member contributions to our Interstate NOFA policy program that were donated through the nofa.org policy page, as well as to Stonyfield and the Greenfield Foundation for all their ongoing support. So it's almost time to buckle up for a wild ride through NOFA's first 50 years. There's so many stalwarts to honor and remember who paved the way for what we have today. Finally, I just want to thank Jack Mastriani, who has led this planning effort for the 50th event for the past 6 months, and for Jason Valcourt and the NOFA Mass team for putting together another incredible virtual summer conference. For our next 2022 summer conference, I certainly hope to see you all face to face. Thank you.